Okay, so this is part two. Um, Myself and my boys made it halfway up Snowdon last week to raise money and awareness for Women's Aid and also a local Chesterfield charity called Worth that works with women who've been abused. And they provide art therapy and writing therapy and different types of therapies to help these women come to terms with things and I guess vent a lot of the hurts that they've got. I know for me it took a lot of years. Been very blessed to have a lot of people around me to help me see my own worth, not just the Women's Aid course that I went on, but a lot of people around me that have helped steer me on, keep me going. And so the walk up Snowdon for me was the thing that kept me going, as tough as it was. We went up the pig track, which is mainly rocks, and it's quite tough. The first third is all climbing, it's all height. And I just kept going, and the whole time I'm thinking about that journey that I've made from breaking free to finding who I was again and how tough it's been. And every step had to be intentional. It took a lot of effort, a lot of endurance. And just like the mountain, when we're standing at the bottom of the mountain at Snowdon, looking up at this huge mountain in front of us and all these steps and how steep it is, and even the fact that we cannot see the top of the mountain for the clouds, it just reminded me so much of the journey that I've been on this last 8 years, 7, 8 years, 8 years of healing and learning and finding myself again. And there's so many people out there that are where I used to be, or in worse situations to where I used to be, and they're at the bottom looking at this huge mountain, and it just seems too much, and they don't know how they're going to do it. They don't feel like they're strong enough, and they need people around them. They need their support. They need someone to steer them on, and it's a tough journey. It's a tough journey. Not everybody makes it, and you can't see what's at the end of it, but that satisfaction on the climb as you're making it from where you used to be to where you're going, when you look back and you see how far you've come, it's so worth it. And just the thought that I can raise money to help more women, to help Women's Aid and Worth, help more women to take that journey, help them to become new people, to find who they were born to be. I was a shadow of myself 8 years ago. I was afraid. I felt worthless. I was afraid to be on my own with 2 children. I felt worthless, so I didn't feel like I could possibly do it. How could I do it? How could I live on my own? How could I bring 2 kids up on my own? What would I do without a man around the house? Clearly, I didn't need a man around the house. I've managed for 8 years without it. And when I took that step, something just snapped. And I said, you know what? That's it. It's enough. I'm not doing this anymore. I found the strength from God. For me, it was my faith. And I did it.